My dear sisters and brothers in Jesus Christ, every year on 22nd October, the Church celebrates the feast of Saint Pope John Paul II. Saint John Paul II was born on 18th May 1920 to Emilia and Karol Wojtyla Sr. in Poland. As a boy, Karol Wojtyla was a bright child. He often played football as a goalkeeper. His initial education was never complete. When he was a young boy, his family moved to Krakow in Poland, where he got himself involved in theatre and drama. Saint John Paul knew 12 languages because of his involvement as a young boy in theatre and drama. During the Nazi invasion, he was sent into the quarry to work. After his father's death and after the World War, he decided to become a priest. It was then he went to the bishop's house in Krakow and requested to enroll himself in the seminary. He studied in a clandestine underground seminary and was ordained as a priest on November 1st, 1946. Saint John Paul II, after his ordination, went to study doctorate in theology. And in 1948, he was appointed to give his pastoral services in France, Belgium, and Holland. He was made the vicar of many churches in Poland. He was made the chaplain of the university in 1951. Pope Pius XII appointed Wojtyla as the auxiliary bishop on July 4th, 1958. Pope Paul VI appointed him as the Archbishop of Krakow on January 13th, 1964. Later, he was made the Cardinal in the year 1967, June 26th. As a Cardinal, he took part in the Vatican II Council and gave his contributions in the dogmatic constitution for pastoral care in the modern world. It was on November 6, 1978 that he was elected as the Pope, and he took the name John Paul II. He was a promoter of peace and human dignity. He made 95 visits outside Italy, and he visited many of his parishes in the Diocese of Rome. There were 2 assassination attempts made on the life of Saint John Paul II. He survived both these assassinations, and he developed a disease called Parkinson's. He died on 2nd April 2005. After his death, people called him John Paul the Great. Saint John Paul II was a pious and simple man. He was a great teacher and a pastor for the young. He was beatified on May 1st, 2011 by Pope Benedict XVI, and he was canonized by Pope Francis on April 27, 2014. He has written 14 encyclicals, 15 apostolic exhortations, 11 apostolic constitutions, 45 apostolic letters, and 5 books. Saint John Paul II was a promoter of peace and dignity of human beings. He was a person who brought unity in the Catholic Church, a simple man who always inspired and motivated the young. My dear sisters and brothers in Jesus Christ, as we celebrate the feast of Saint Pope John Paul II, let us pray through his intercession that we too continue to promote peace and justice in the world.